What you're seeing are two quotes by Richard Feynman. What I cannot create, I do not understand. And the second one is know how to solve every problem that has been solved. These two quotes were seen on the day of Feynman's death. This was there on his Caltech's blackboard. And Feynman had very interesting ways of thinking. And he always thought that the way to really understand something is to express that understanding so that that expression itself actually becomes a way of testing your own knowledge but also communicating the knowledge. Now, the second quote, what you see, is also equally interesting. He's here mentioning how to go about, building an expertise, and this is essentially very important when you talk about becoming a problem solver, which is highly regarded in the research community. But what I would want to also emphasize a little bit is that there need not be only problem solvers. There can also be problem creators in research. And this is something which is a very fascinating thing which has been discussed over the years by many people. Among them, Michael Nelson, who is a pioneer in quantum computation and also a champion of open science movement, in his essay, Principle of Effective Research, identifies two kinds of people. One is that a set of people who are problem solvers. These are people who are generally very famous, who gets a lot of awards, etc. But there are also people who are problem creators in the sense who build up the question and define the question by assimilating the knowledge which is already available. One should remember that this is a very important part of research. What really the community and the research community thinks it is a consensus is essentially built on a very well defined problem, because that well defined problem sets the ball rolling, so to speak. And this creates a lot of interest within the community. It also gives a direction in which one should go towards. Therefore, creating this particular question within the community is equally important as much as the solving that particular question. And as I have been saying, the science progresses by taking two steps forward and sometimes one step backward. And that backward step is also to look at the checks and the balances, and also to look at the whole steps which have been taken already, and reacting those to those steps and defining the further direction in which things can go. So I have written an essay about this particular point. I will link that in the description. Do have a look at it. And it makes a very important aspect, and the motivation comes from the fact that you can create to understand, and there's a lot to learn from this perspective.